Well, let's go live now to Gaza. Tareq Abu Azzoum is in Rafah in southern Gaza for us. So, Tareq, how difficult is it for Palestinians to get to and survive in these safe zones?
Yes, al-Mawasi area, which has been now designated by the occupation forces as a safe area, considered to be very difficult for residents inside of Gaza to reside in due to the full absence of all civil infrastructure and all kinds of humanitarian needs that will help any human being to survive or to cope with the aftermath of the Israeli attacks across the territory. Now, this area had no kinds of toilets, no kinds of humanitarian facilities that would help Palestinians to live there amid more growing concerns of the spread of infectious diseases among residents, especially with the clear absence of the hygiene conditions and the unaffordability of the standards of cleanliness and safety in that region. While the bombardment also continue across the territory, the people who had delivered and have been transported there in order to be safe narrates a very catastrophic conditions, as they are no longer able to cope with the situation there, and they are only want to move to more further areas in order to be protected and safe, and an area that would have more kind of facilities that would help them to survive away from the Israeli bombing. So this area is considered to be safe from the Israeli perspective, but literally on the ground, as Palestinians have a more growing mistrust in terms of what Israel says, they have no other safe place across Gaza, where all the territory have been under relentless bombing since the early beginning of this round of fighting.
And Tareq, we understand that there have been attacks in the town of Deir al-Balah in central Gaza. What are you hearing about that?
Yes, Deir al-Balah Hazem is one of the areas that had been under intense Israeli bombing. We are talking about more than 15 Palestinians have been killed in separate airstrikes in this town, which has been under intense shelling from the Israeli artillery. Now, the Israeli attacks on Deir al-Balah continues alongside with separate areas across the territory where the occupation and it's the new phase of war that had witnessed more expansion of military operations seeks to split and divide the Gaza Strip into three areas to help the Israeli troops to control all access of Gaza and to help the maneuvering troops to attack and to destroy more targets affiliated to the Palestinian fighters. Now, the north of the territory also had been under heavy, relentless bombing, as according to the latest updates by the Palestinian Ministry of Health in Gaza said that the attacks on the territory by the occupation forces during the last 24 hours had claimed the lives of more than 200 Palestinians, and with more numbers of victims who are still trapped under the rubble, and they have not yet been evacuated by the civil defense team due to the absence of essential equipment and due to the furious numbers of Israeli airstrikes that had destroyed several residential areas across Gaza.
And Tareq, from the point of view of Hamas, we know that their military wing, al-Qassam brigades, have put out a statement in the last couple of hours, and they're going to read some of that to you now. Neither the fascist enemy and its leadership, like the corrupt Netanyahu or the senile old Gallant, nor those who support them or middlemen among the Zionists in the White House, will be able to get their prisoners back alive without an exchange and negotiation and without meeting the demands of the resistance. Pretty defiant statement there from the representative of al-Qassam brigades. What else did he say?
Yes, this had been said since the early beginning of this round of fighting, as they have a clear tactic in terms of the number of the captives who had been in their hands while the occupation forces are trying to carry out different secret operations in order to retrieve their captives from the hands of the Palestinian fighters. Now, also they have said that they have attacked different Israeli soldiers who try to push deeper into Khan Younis, where they have eliminated one of the Israeli force that consists of 15 soldiers, as they have been hit by different explosive devices. And they have later displayed a number of videos that had shown the Israeli soldiers who had been attacked, and the number of artillery armored vehicles where they have been hit by several drones which had dropped different explosive devices over them. So the confrontations, according to a statement of the spokesperson of the military wing of Hamas, continues, as they're saying that they are destroying more artillery tanks across the axis of fighting, and they are trying to block the entry to the vital areas and which considered to be an active areas for the Israeli operations. Now, they have said also that there are all kinds of efforts made by international allies for Israel wouldn't be fruitful until they met all the demands of the Palestinian resistance, as they have stated before. And this is the clear tactic that has been adopted by Hamas since the early beginning of this round of fighting, that all prisoners must be released according to negotiations and ceasefire exchange, which can help to release more Palestinian prisoners from the Israeli jails.
Tareq Abu Azzoum in Rafah for us. Thanks very much. We hope you stay safe.